Dear brothers and sisters, 2 weeks ago, when I stood here, I shared with you a few ayat from Surah Al-Hadid, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes and paints a picture of a particular scene that will happen between two groups of people on the Day of Judgment. A group known as the believers, and a group known as the munafiqeen, those who posed as being believers. There will be a situation where the munafiqeen will see in a distance a light that is heading towards Jannah. And in hopes of benefiting from this light, being in the darkness that they are in, they will call upon those believers, "Unzuruna naqtabis min nurikum." You got a light? Give us some light. Look towards us. Wait for us. Naqtabis min nurikum. Share the light that you have so we can also proceed towards Jannah. The believers, in the hasty state they will be in moving towards Jannah, will say, "Irji'u wara'akum." They will not even turn around and talk to them, but they will say in passing, "Qila irji'u wara'akum." Go back, look back, faltamisu nura. Go back and find the light. Meaning, go back to this world, because that is where the light is earned. That is where the light is gained. Now these hypocrites, in the state of desperation, they will start advancing towards the believers as the light dims. And as this is going on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَضُرِبَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِسُورٍ لَهُ بَابٍ باطنه فيه الرحمة وظاهره من قبله العذاب. A massive wall will be erected between them and the ones with light, between the ones who have the light and between the ones who are looking for it on that dark day. There will be a door. On one side of that wall will be the mercy and forgiveness of Allah. And on the inner side of that wall, the side facing towards the munafiqeen, there will be the punishment of Allah that will be ganging up on them. They will make a cry, "Alam nakum ma'akum." Weren't we with you? We lived with you. We worked with you. We were with you. We were a part of the community. The believers will stop and tell them, قَالُوا بَلَى, yes, you were with us. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about the fact that you were with us. But the difference is, وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِيُّ حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورُ. They replied to them, the difference between us and you is that you put your iman on a test. You pushed your iman. You surrounded yourself in a situation where your iman was being tested. And as I shared with you 2 weeks ago, these believers share with these munafiqeen, those who are void of the light on the Day of Judgment, these certain steps that causes a person to lose the nur on the Day of Judgment. If you remember before that, I was talking about protecting oneself from the nar, from the fire. قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Protecting yourself from the fire and heading towards the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the nur of hidayah, the nur that will lighten your path on the Day of Judgment towards paradise. But now there is a situation of two groups of people. One group thought they had the light, but to their amazement and surprise, they did not have it on the Day of Judgment. How did they lose that light? How did they become disappointment? How did their bubble shatter? Fatantum anfusakum. They kept on putting themselves intentionally in situations that would eat away at their spirituality, that would eat away at their faith, that would eat away at their iman, that would take away from their light. وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ. And they procrastinated. They kept on telling themselves that, you know what? I can change whenever I want. I can get myself out of this situation whenever I want. I will wait till Ramadan to become a better person. I will wait till Hajj to become a better person. I will wait till I get married to straighten my act up. This thought and this procrastination is the second step in losing the light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a person with iman. وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ. In order for a person to feel better about themselves and sleep better at night, Shaitan starts instilling doubts within the minds of those people who are putting off their change because they become so accustomed to doing what they want, where they want, how they want, living their lives totally against the concept and the essence of what it means to submit. They become so comfortable with their life in order to get the chip off their shoulder and this guilty conscience off their chest, they start doubting the religion. They look for loopholes. They fish for fatwa, so that whatever they are leaving behind and out of their life, it can be justified. A person starts doubting the religion. A person starts doubting the sunnah. A person starts doubting the religion and starts doubting Allah altogether. وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ. Now these are the three steps that I shared with you last time. And furthermore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِ. False hopes deceived you. A person gets to the point after having total disregard for deen, after putting everything off behind them, that you know what? Some type of worldly gain or worldly happiness will make me happy. But that never makes a person happy. A person starts thinking that, you know what? The answer to every problem is money. Well, guess what? Money can buy you a house, but it cannot buy you a home. Money can buy you a watch, but it cannot buy you time. Money can buy you position, but it cannot buy you respect. Money can buy you a bed, a Tempur-Pedic, but it cannot buy you sleep. Money can buy you medicine, but it cannot buy you health. Money can buy you blood, but it cannot buy you life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that false hopes deceived you. This is what the mu'mineen will say to the munafiqeen. You know, in life, people, they keep on wanting to move forward, get the newest thing, the latest model. But then when they're there, after a short while, they're no longer satisfied. And they keep on moving forward. And they are never happy, they are never content. And all their work and their struggle and everything becomes towards what? Goes towards gaining the next thing. The next thing that will make them happy. Why? Because once you have religion in the rearview mirror, once you've shattered that mirror to look back at religion, all a person sees their success and happiness is moving forward in the dunya. Brothers and sisters, money and wealth isn't everything. Money and wealth is not even necessarily a blessing. Oh my God, what did Abdurrahman just say? Money and wealth is not a blessing? Money and wealth is a blessing. Only when that money comes in the right way, and it is used in the right way, and does not come in between you and doing what is right. But if money comes in through the wrong outlets, and it is spent in a manner that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is against the religion, and that money becomes a wall between you and doing what is right and helping others, then that money was not a blessing. That same money becomes an anchor for a person in the fire of hell. وَغَرَّتْكُمْ, this false deception, this feeling or notion that, you know what, just because I have wealth and money and success in this world, that means I am entitled to the exact same position, power, and success in the hereafter. This sense of entitlement. And guess what? This is one of Shaitan's strongest hands. One of Shaitan's strongest hands is for you to think that just because in this world I have a royal flush, I have 4 of a kind or a full house, that on the day of judgment I will be given the same hand. This sense of entitlement, something that we revisit every week in Surah Al-Kahf about the person with the gardens. What does he say? Allah gave him so much. مَا أَظُنُّ أَن تَبِيدَ هَذِهِ أَبَدًا. Oh, this is never going to go away. I'm always going to be on top of this. And even, okay, let's take for a second that, yeah, there's death and there's life after death and there will be qiyam and blah, 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 whatever. وَمَا أَظُنُّ سَاعَةَ قَائِمًا. I don't believe all this is going to happen, but if it does, وَلَئِن رُدِدتُّ إِلَىٰ رَبِّي لَأَجِدَنَّ خَيْرًا مِنْهَا مُنْقَلَبًا. I was dealt such a good hand in this world, I will get a better hand in the day of judgment. This sense of entitlement and istihqaq is one of Shaitan's biggest hands, biggest deceptions. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. A person will constantly be in this deception that, you know what, I'm set in the hereafter just like I'm set over here, until the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, until death comes. Until death comes. وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. And you were all deceived. وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. You were all bamboozled and swindled. By who? Al-Gharur. The one who is the biggest cheater, the biggest deceiver. What will the mu'mineen tell the munafiqeen? وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. Shaitan took y'all for a ride. And he was the backseat driver and he jumped out right before your car went off the cliff. The biggest deceiver. فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُؤْخَذُ مِنْكُمْ فِدْيَةٌ وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And then the conversation continues. After losing your nur and going after the dunya, what happens? They found themselves in this situation where they're talking to people behind a wall. فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُؤْخَذُ مِنْكُمْ فِدْيَةٌ وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. On that day, on the day of judgment, no ransom will be accepted. A person will not be able to buy their way out of hell. They will not be able to talk their way out of hell. They will not be able to work their way out of hell. And they definitely won't be able to give and donate their money that was earned by haram to buy them paradise. فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُؤْخَذُ مِنْكُمْ فِدْيَةٌ وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. This is the harsh part right here where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leveled the field between those people who rejected the light. Those people who did not acknowledge the light. الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And those people who thought they had the light all along. But on the day of judgment, they found out that they did not have this light. وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مَأْوَاكُمُ النَّارِ. What will the believer say? Now, it's putting They're adding insult to injury. They're putting salt in their wound. مَأْوَاكُمُ النَّارِ. Your final destination is the fire of hell. هِيَ مَوْلَاكُمْ. The fire of hell is what is going to protect you. Or the fire of hell is the most worthy for you. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرِ. And what a bad destination. Subhanallah, imagine this conversation that is going on between these two groups. One will have paradise in front of them. The other one will have the fire of hell behind them. And between them, there will be a wall. Imagine this incredible, clear and vivid picture that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is painting for us and sharing with us in Surah Al-Hadid. Imagine what those people are going through who find out on that day that they are on the wrong side of that wall. Imagine that. And it's not the same feeling where, if Trump puts a wall between America and Mexico, I'm not talking about that feeling if you find yourself on the wrong side of that wall. I'm talking about paradise and hell. The question we have to ask ourselves, brothers and sisters, is what side of the wall do we want to be on? If we are living lives, if our life is unfolding in the same pattern that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shared with us, فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ. If we are living our lives in this pattern, then we will be on the wrong side of the wall. So we have to evaluate ourselves. We have to identify where we are in this process of losing nur or gaining nur. We may be in a situation in our lives right now where we are at the point where we are exposing ourselves to the wrong type of people, to the wrong type of environment, to the wrong type of business, to the wrong associations and affiliations. If we are at that point in our life, then we need to change the environment around us. If we can't bring a change in the people around us who are bringing us down, then leave those people, leave that business, leave that career, leave that situation now. Because if you don't leave it now, وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ, it will lead to procrastination. Oh, you know what? Ramadan is how long? 2-3 months away now? All right, around 2-3 months away now. You know what? I'll change in Ramadan. I'll change in Hajj. If you are at this situation, then make that change now. If you have gone past that situation and now you are wartabtum, you are doubting religion, you are doubting the deen, then tell yourself that there is no doubt in this religion, there is no doubt in deen. These are steps that lead a person away from the nur. And if you're heading away from the nur, you're heading towards the nar. It's as simple as that. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala furthermore says, أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. Every believer is given light. But we have to decide for ourselves, do we want to keep that light? Or do we want to extinguish that light? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, isn't it the time for those people who have belief, أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ, for their hearts to humble before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what He has revealed. We have to humble ourselves before the Quran. What is the Quran? It is a nur. The Prophet that shared the Quran with us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is also a nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also nur. We have to submit ourselves in front of this nur in order to gain this nur. in order to further ourselves away from the nar. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِ فَطَالَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَمَدُ فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. Don't be like those people over whom a long period of time went by. فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. And their hearts became hard. People who were granted a message before us distanced themselves away from that message. And when you distance yourself away from the nur, from the light, what happens to a heart? It becomes hard. The Quran is not just for the month of Ramadan. The Quran is not just some ceremonial book that comes out when someone passes away. It is not something that is just recited in a wedding before we bring out the bhangra. God forbid. The Quran is a nur. And when you're away from the nur, the heart becomes hard. فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. Now, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do to get ourselves closer to the nur and further away from the nar? Look, brothers and sisters, on the Day of Judgment, we cannot help each other. There is not a single person amongst you who will help me on the Day of Judgment. But right now, we can help each other. You all can help me. Your iman can help me. But not on the Day of Judgment. So what do we do? The first thing is, don't push your iman. Don't test your iman. Don't even bring them close to doubtful things, let alone things that are haram. The Prophet ﷺ has said, وَمَنْ وَقَعَ فِي الشُّبَهَاتِ وَقَعَ فِي الْحَرَامِ. Whoever treads around the things that are doubtful in religion, a person will fall into the forbidden things. And then the Prophet ﷺ explained, كَالرَّاعِ يَرْعَى حَوْلَ الْحِمَى. The king has a certain pasture that is restricted only for his livestock. If a person grazes their sheep around that boundary, they are bound to go in. So to keep yourself away from those people, that environment that puts your iman to a test, number one. Number two, don't procrastinate. Like I said before, don't wait till Ramadan. Don't wait till Hajj. Don't put off your tawbah till a certain event in our life. Don't tell yourself that, you know what, I will sell this business, I will get out of this haram as soon as I get up on my feet. I can change whenever I want. This is one of shaitan's hands. Who said we will live till retirement? Who said we are going to hit 60? There's only one thing that is certain about our life, that each and every single one of us right here is a dead man walking. Death is inevitable. Death is certain, but when it happens, nobody knows except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the saying goes, life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. The third thing, وَارْتَبْتُمْ. Don't doubt the deen. Don't doubt the messenger. Don't doubt the teachings. Look, there is no doubt that we all have struggles. None of us is perfect. None of us is perfect. There is no doubt that there are some areas in religion that each and every single one of us is struggling with. But one must acknowledge that struggle. One must accept and admit their weakness rather than dismissing an area of deen or discrediting an area of deen just because a person is not ready or does not have what it takes to live by that aspect in their religion. Just because a sister can't do something, don't say that it is not part of religion. Just because a brother can't walk the walk, don't say that, oh, you know what, it's okay. Accept the fact that we have room to grow, because the road to success is always under construction. وَغَرَّتْكُمْ. Don't let false hopes deceive you. Number 4. Don't let the pursuit of worldly happiness make you blind from what really matters. Don't let the pursuit of the joys and toys of this world steer you away from the gates and gardens of Jannah. Never get so busy making money that you forget to make a life. There's a saying, money says earn me and forget everything. Time says follow me and forget everything. Future says struggle for me and forget everything. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says remember me and I will give you everything. So brothers and sisters, now is the time to make this realization where we are. Are we heading closer to the nar or are we heading closer to the nur? And if you are sincere in your tawbah, brothers and sisters, it does not matter what you have done till now. If you do a sincere tawbah, what matters is what you choose to do with your life from this day forward. So do what matters, chase what matters. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.